Chief, you can certainly come up and respond if you choose, but when I made my statement, it had nothing to do with the victim that Mr. Yakum refers to. It had to do with the original charge that got our former chief and other, I guess, some of the issues why he was demoted. Now, I know that was said that was without cause. We'll see about that. I'm not going to respond on the investigation by advice of Mr. Dice, as well as Bill Bresnahan. As I stated to you all earlier, when this is all said and done, I assure you, I'm not going to speak for anybody else on this council, but this mayor, your mayor, will put everything out. I will hold nothing back. It is your right. It is your money that paid for it. You have a right to all that access, in my opinion. The only time I will say there'd be a difference if I am told by the solicitor there are certain things that I have to negate from it, take away from it. I'll also address that to you as well. But in my opinion, there's no national secrets here. This is local government. This is not the federal government. Mr. Harvey, would you like to respond? Because I think that you certainly did. There was a lot of misstatements put forth on your statement last week, in my opinion.
Ron Harvey, resident of Monroeville, Fire Chief of Monroeville No. 5 Fire Company. I'll just keep this short because this could go on forever.
And I don't want to do that.
I'm just saying that, first of all, I don't know whoever
I
don't know whoever said that the person on the rape report was a young child. How does he know that?
Good question.
That's a very good question.
No, I never said that. He's saying it. I just don't know where he's getting his information. Secondly, I simply, I was trying to keep it, no names inclusive. Now he wants to know who we reported it to. Do you want me to tell you that?
You have every right to do as you choose.
Chief Pascarella. I was there on 3 occasions when he came over and attempted to fix the computer so it wouldn't show police calls anymore.
Ron, can I interrupt you just for 1 second? You recall, I just want to make sure that Mr. Yakum recall on Thursday I asked the same question. If I remember, I know my memory's not real great. Somewhere along the way, we had asked that Mr. Daly, this private investigator, talk to you.
No.
Has he ever talked to you?
No.
Has he talked to any of the fire chiefs?
As far as the last chiefs meeting goes, which was this past Wednesday, no. They did not.
Folks, we really got to not talk about this investigation. But just go back to what you wanted to say, Ron.
All I'm trying to say is that there was attempts to make, the attempts that I was taught that if there's a problem with the computer, who to call. I called that person. Okay? I was there. There was no personal information on that screen. It was simply the call information that goes out over the radio. A rape, sexual assault, 1000 Main Street, and the car went. That's all that was on that screen. But nobody ever asked, I'm telling you. And I don't know where he's getting this child from because I don't even know if it was. Okay. Bottom line is that every attempt on those 5 occasions, there was an attempt to make those calls stop. And I have to tell you, there was a response. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Steve Pascarella came over to the fire hall and did whatever he does, and the calls, the only thing that showed up was EMS calls and fire calls. And down the road, they started popping up again. And I don't know what to tell you. I called him again. Okay? And I'm not saying it's Steve's fault at all. I don't know if there was a software glitch or...
I think at the end of the day...
Here's another thing. Okay, let's just do this. I don't have a problem with any resident making any statements they want. I really have a problem with council making any statements about this matter. Greg, you've said it before. Let's let the investigation conclude. Let's just have it done, and then I think there's an appropriate time for all this kind of discourse. He wants to say anything he wants. That's up to him. Just remember, you're the ones that have to, at some point, account for whatever happens here. So just, I know it's hard, but try to
No,
not.
no, and I agree with you on that, Bruce, I agree 100%. Ron, anything else you'd like to say?
No, I mean, that's the basic of it is, he's just responding to some facts that weren't true.
Very good, thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I will open up to the